No signs of a major FBI raid here in this wealthy Centennial neighborhood until you look closely at this door on West La Madre Way and you see it busted in.
Let's have a property tour, shall we? Brian Lebo here, and man, I am so excited to show you this home today. This is literally an insane property. Easily top 3 of all-time properties that we've ever shown on the channel. The funny thing is I actually know the owner that built this property. He's actually incarcerated right now, and boy, is that one heck of a story. I knew the man for a decade, didn't know what he was up to, but definitely read into who built this home because it's a very sordid, twisted story. But without further ado, there's things in this home that we've never showcased before, taken to the nth degree, and this is just like one of the coolest homes and an incredible playground. So without further ado, let's start the tour like we normally do. We're gonna start off in the kitchen, but we're gonna talk about the flooring along the way. So we're used to a 24 by 48 inch modern large format tile. Here, a little bit different. Here we have an 18 by 48 inch porcelain tile, honed, very polished, very high sheen, very modern aesthetic. Now, we can't have modern without having the obligatory waterfall. So of course we have a double waterfall return on the kitchen island, but this island's incredible. It's 16 feet long, 2 entire slabs encompassing the top counter surface. And you notice this clean aesthetic. We don't have any bar stool seating. That's because all of this is actually practical. So you're gonna notice we actually have cabinetry drawers running the entire length of this island. All the cabinetry in this house is the top of the line Scavolini, beautiful cabinetry. All the craftsmanship you're gonna see in person lives up to what you're gonna see on camera. It's just an incredibly built home, and we're gonna start breaking down all of these features. So coming in a little bit farther, you can tell all the cabinetry is very high gloss. So it's very much of a black glass finish. Beautiful, beautiful, very, very classy. So here we have our top of the line Wolf double oven function. Coming down here a little bit farther, here we have a really large sink, and this is one of 2 sinks just in this kitchen area. And we have nice windows that overlook the courtyard entry with the 2 garages. There are 4 garages here to check out, but we're looking at the 2 in the front. Of course, we have 2 faucets. This is my favorite. We're gonna get to this in a moment because there's a conversation there, but perfectly great start to this. Coming down a little bit farther, well, let's talk about this island a little bit for a moment. So here we have our Viking Professional Grill Top Series stove top. So 48 inches, and normally we have the matching 48-inch ventilation hood, but not in this house. That's not cool enough. So in lieu of the matching 48-inch ventilation hood, we have dual ventilation hoods, and these are shaped like cylinders, and just what a cool aesthetic. Never seen that done before, and definitely something a little bit more original. Now, opposing this is the Subzero refrigeration. So here we have our built-in and paneled Subzero dual refrigeration on a 50-50 split refrigeration and freezer function. Now, coming down a little bit further, we do have another sink. So here we have this really neat modular prep sink. So right here you can cut, you can put everything right into the sink, just scrape it right over. But this gives us the opportunity to talk about this Kohler faucet. If you've never seen it, it's pretty cool. So it articulates in 2 areas, carbon fiber, and in fact, it's called the Carbon with a K. This is a $2,400 faucet. And there are 3 of these faucets just in this area. One over there, that sink we just saw, one here, and one over in the media room, which we're about to see in a moment. Pretty amazing. Oh, we forgot to talk about one thing. Let's back up a little bit here. When we were talking about this sink, we almost forgot what show this is. What time is this? What do we have here? Dishwasher. So here we have our Miele dishwasher. How could we forget that part of the show? So we have one dishwasher over there. You know the rule, over 3 million, we better have 2 dishwashers. Spoiler alert, we got that and then some. And then over here, we have our other Miele dishwasher. So it's 2 dishwashers in the kitchen area, of course, par for the course for this type of an estate. Now over here, continuing, we have the matching Wolf built-in microwave oven as well as the steam oven. Again, all in this beautiful black glass paneling. We've seen this actually in VM1, where they did the same kind of paneling at Blue Heron's flagship. So just incredible. All right. One other thing we're going to talk about here is in the ceiling, you're going to notice as we walk around, instead of having normal receptacle can lights, here we have these beautiful linear LED lights, very, very unique. And even over the kitchen island, we have these pendant lights with a matte black finish and like a spotlight. Really, really neat. But let's come down this area really quick and check out this part of the property. So coming around here, this is actually the pantry, and we got to show you the pantry because this is not a normal pantry. So check out how deep. This is a massive pantry, all custom cabinetry. We do have a window that leads into that courtyard, but even over here, we do have a commercial refrigerator. One thing, you know, when you buy like a normal home, you get your binder from your home builder that tells you all about the home, the warranties. Here you get a library. So literally all of these binders are all related to every facet of the home. And you even have this ladder for top shelf. So if you're not getting the point yet, there is so many next level things going on here, which includes this door right here. So this is the first of 2 half bathrooms, powder bathrooms, if you will. And this is just insane. So come on inside. So we transition floor-wise into this tile that looks like wood, so that skeuomorphic look. We've got large format porcelain tile surrounding this entire bathroom. Beautiful, looks like marble. We've got our toilet in the back here. But check out this vanity area. So over here we have this beautiful custom fabricated granite sink. So we have an integrated pivot sink, which is really, really cool. Beautiful LED mirror. And we even have a 12-inch edge profile to make this look monolithic. And then when you look on this side, you can see we have a full-length mirror to check out your outfit. And we even have this reclaimed wood plank that you can sit on. Again, this is a powder bathroom for your guests. This blows away most people's primary bathroom. Really neat. Another thing, all the doors and casings in this homes, these are all Lualdi, Italian made, beautiful, beautiful craftsmanship, really, really unique. All right, let's check out the first of the 4 garages, because this one's a little unique. And what's odd, instead of pulling, you kind of push, a little different. So through the Lualdi door, let's check out this garage. So coming into the garage, we have epoxy flooring. Sorry, the Porsche Turbo does not come with the property. We do have a Tesla charger port on that wall. Obviously, you can see tons of storage. We do have solar panels throughout the property. You can see the controls here. And of course, we have air conditioning. This door right here leads us to the Casita right next door. So if you were to actually have someone staying in the Casita, they would most likely utilize this garage and then just park here and walk right into the Casita. So now that we're done with this, let's cruise a little bit farther. Let's check out this wine closet and other area. So as we come over into this transition between the kitchen and the media room, we've got double French doors that lead us to the backyard. And this is kind of neat with a function we haven't really quite seen. So seen a million wine closets. This is a beautiful wine closet. Definitely a beautiful one. But what sets this one a little bit apart is you can't open it. That's because it's magnetically locked and controlled. So if you're having a little party and you don't trust some of your friends or your friends' friends, you can magnetically lock this and secure it. So that way, coming down here, like me, here's your $4.99 Pinot Grigio from Costco. I can't afford to have my friends taking those $5 bottles. Obviously, there's a better collection here. I just happened to notice that one. All right, now that we've seen the wine closet, let's get into this media room because this is one of the best parts of the house. So the first thing you notice when you come into this space is just how voluminous this is. So these are double height ceilings. It's almost 30 feet high. In here, it feels absolutely monstrous, but yet also intimate. So it's very difficult to accomplish both of those feats at the same time. You can see we have this curtain wall of glass, and this is just beautiful. This overlooks the elevated jacuzzi, the outdoor kitchen, which wait till we get to the oven and the outdoor kitchen. This is something you've never seen before, but just a beautiful, beautiful view. Above us, we have this incredible ceiling. We have LED illumination that at night is just wonderful and kind of glows throughout this entire room. We have state-of-the-art surround sound. And here you'll notice the canned recessed lights aren't so recessed. They're almost industrial, but they give it this really, really cool aesthetic. Now, you may be wondering why we have this massive wall and what looks like this was just kind of thrown at the last second. This is actually really neat. So this entire console by Sony, this is actually a short throw projector. So this actually deploys, comes up and creates a projection. So this is a 150-inch display. Pretty neat if you are into cinema, but really, really wonderful. All right, now that we've seen this part, let's cruise over and let's check out the wet bar. So once again, we have the same style island with the double waterfall returns that we just saw in the kitchen. So that's lovely. Beautiful Scavolini cabinetry. We have this really cool wall art that goes all the way to the ceiling, but let's kind of get in the weeds here a little bit. So first off, you have these cooling drawers. So if you have beverages, instead of having an unsightly refrigerator, we have these cooling drawers that you can keep everything in. Tons of storage. And guess what? We have 3 dishwashers. So here we have our Bosch dishwasher. We have our ice maker right here. And then once again, we have our undermount Kohler sink, and we have that really cool carbon Kohler $2,400 faucet. Love, love, love that feature. All right, one other thing we're gonna talk about over here, this is one of, I think we have 4 at least Crestron displays. So whether you use your phone or you actually articulate it from one of the walls, the entire home is on the Crestron system. So this room in particular is awesome. With the press of one button, because this actually does have a projector, with the press of one button, all of the solar shades deploy, blacks out all the light. Really, really, really neat and really, really practical. But this will control all the solar shades throughout the entire home. It'll control the lighting. It'll control all HVAC functions, you know, your Crestron system. All right, let's come down here a little bit and talk about this space. So love that we have this wall right here with the LED illumination that matches the ceiling. We have a display pointed right at the kitchen, so that way you can watch television while you're actually making your food. We have this incredible dining room table, handmade, just wonderful. And of course, behind me, it's already 100+ degrees, so that's why we got it closed right now, but enjoy the B-roll. We have a 20-foot pocket slider that leads you to this beautiful patio cover that's integrated into the property and overlooks the pool and the 2 garages. Well, actually, there's 6 garages that we're gonna see a little bit later on. There's so much to unpack. All right, let's keep it moving over this direction. We're gonna start off over here where we started the beginning of this tour, which is this foyer area. So we have a beautiful, beautiful, cool chandelier. We have our large pivot door, and because there's a private gate, no one can actually approach this front door or even get to your property. So it's nice to be able to have that pivot door and have some semblance of privacy. Now, this is one of the coolest features. So, of course, the first thing you see is this floating staircase, which by itself is incredible. But what's really neat, it's drained, so unfortunately I can't show you, but we have this cascading waterfall. So behind this floating staircase is a complete sheet of glass. It's actually 2 panes of glass, and the water cascades from the ceiling all the way down this wall to create a sheet of water into the receptacle and then come into here and create like this little pool. So an incredible, incredible introduction for all of your guests when they first come in. And it's just very, very dramatic, really, really cool. All right, let's come down this direction a little bit farther. I'm trying to think, is this our control room? Oh, this is boring. This is just your coat closet. That wasn't too sexy. All right, let's check out this area real quick. So coming down here, You know, I would imagine if you were a pianist, if you like to play piano, you'd have something here. You know, you could use this as a flex space for whatever you really wanted. But this was kind of a narrative. So this is supposed to show the division of the earth releasing and bringing prosperity to this home and to the owners. Ironic because the owner who built the house is now incarcerated. So I don't know if I would trust that too much. But there's the story behind it. All right, let's check this out. Behind us is the primary suite. We're gonna get to that last, but let's come down this direction and see what else is lurking. So here we have another powder bath or half bath, if you will, a little bit more of a normal size, but we have an entire slab wall of marble here, beautiful. Another wall of herringbone laid mosaic tile, that's marble, beautiful. And then we have this absolutely wild floating vanity sink. Love the color, love everything about it. Kind of a cool, neat powder bathroom. All right, let's come down here a little bit farther. We'll get to this in a moment. But remember, I warned you, everything's a little over the top. This is the craziest laundry room. Come on in. All right. Obviously you're going, what in the what? Yeah, this is one of the first of the weird things. So look, I don't know how many towels they needed to clean up around here. I don't know if they were having baby oil parties. But for some reason, we do have a commercial washer and we have this massive commercial dryer inside this residence. And the wonkiest part is there's actually 4 laundry rooms in this estate. And this one requires commercial. So check this out. This is your lint trap. I mean, it's bigger than a shoebox. So you're doing a lot here. But, you know, if you're just a normal proletariat like myself, you can just use a normal standard washer and dryer. You do have the LG steam, so this is neat. Throw your suit in there and you're good. Now, one thing you probably didn't notice, and I don't have an explanation for it, maybe this is where they kept the baby oil, but every single drawer and cabinet in this laundry room, like this, these all require keys. They're all locked. I don't know why you need to lock your towels. I don't know. But I'm sure there's some story behind why the laundry room has locked doors and drawers. Now this is crazy cool. So this door leads us into what you would normally imagine is like the smart panel room. So here we have a half split, a mini split for air conditioning, because this houses all the brains for the Crestron system. So all of your communications are here. All of your audio video components are housed in this cabinet. But the coolest part is what's behind this door. So this door just looks like your normal 8-panel, or I should say 6-panel residential BS home door. But when you open this door, this is what I would imagine John Wick's safe would look like. It's more like a room. So really cool, really functional. All right, now let's come down this hallway. Check out this space. So this is designed to be your executive office. So once again, we have this handcrafted table for your desk. Love this. So over here, we have our onyx counter surface with upward firing illumination. So it just has this beautiful glow, more linear windows. And a little Easter egg, if you look up above, you'll see this custom hand-built clock with the surname of the owner who built the property. So have fun looking that one up. Let me know how that works. Behind us, this is neat. This is the other opposing garage at the front of the property. So most likely this would be the garage that you would use if you actually lived here as your daily driver. All right, now that we've seen this part, follow me over and let's check out the primary suite and finish up the first floor. All right, so welcome to the primary suite. We have this dramatic double door entry, really neat, and we got a lot to unpack in an awesome primary. So first off, we transition from the flooring from that 18 by 48 inch to more normal 12 by 24 inch, but here it's much darker, has this really rich kind of feel to it. Love the double French doors. These lead directly into the backyard, directly towards the pool. Intersected is this wall where we have the display. Love what he was thinking. Perfect sightline directly in front of the bed. And when you're not using it, you can enjoy the views. Really neat. Above us, we have this beautiful illumination array. Just wonderful. Perfect size, perfect room. And this is where things get really interesting. So first off, Behind the headboard, you know, we've seen wooded slot walls, accent walls. This one's a custom fluted wood wall with LED illumination behind some of these panels. It's an incredible work of art, really tastefully done, love it. Now, let's check out the closet. There's actually 2 closets in this primary suite, and this is his closet, which is incredible, but wait till you see hers. So coming into the closet, you can see this is more than an adequate size and space. So all custom built-in cabinetry, beautiful illumination, perfectly wonderful, great, nice, normal closet. Kind of neat, you can see these are one-way mirrors. So right here in the closet, we can see right out, but we do have a reflection on the reverse side. All right, now that we've seen that, let's get into the primary bathroom. We transition once again back into that 18 by 48 inch tile. And the first thing you're greeted by is this awesome bathtub. So here we have this kind of matte white finished, egg shaped, if you will, bathtub. Really, really cool. Love the way it articulates. And then of course, as an accent behind it, we have this chrome wall, really neat. And on the back side of that is actually the shower. Now over here is something we've never seen before. You can see I was messing around with it, but check out this vanity. Now, we have our quartz counter surface, seen this a million times. There's nothing at all cool about that, but we custom fabricated our pivot sink into it. But look at the apron side. All of the drawers, all of the doors, everything has been custom made. And you can see the face of all of these utilize that same quartz that we use for the counter surface. So basically this entire floating vanity looks like a monolithic piece of quartz. Never seen anyone do that. That is definitely unique. Now coming over here, we have these windows that look out into the pool. We have a massive display. So here we have about a 65-inch television just for the bathroom. And let's check out the shower. So coming around into the shower, really tastefully done, really, really beautiful, very light. So here we have our shower niches, really kind of cool, little glass shelving. We have our bench seating, and then all here we have all Kohler top of the line hardware. So we do have 2 shower heads, we have dual handholds, and we have dual rainfall shower heads. Really, really neat. It's not a steam shower because it's very open, but a really cool shower. All right, meet me over on this side of the shower and let's check out a little bit more. So one of the things I personally love is symmetry, and I love the fact that both vanities are perfect symmetry intersecting the hallway into the sleeping quarters. We just saw it, same thing, really cool, very tastefully done. Over here, we have 2 water closets, so wash closets. So over here, we have hers, so we have our toilet and we have our bidet function. And then coming over this water closet, we have the washlet toilet over here. Very cool, very nice at this price range to have dual water closets. Now, let's get into the showstopper. Let's check out her closet because this is just insane. So this massive closet is kind of segregated in half. So you have this full-length mirror behind us. Here we have our makeup vanity. So we have this beautiful onyx counter surface, massive LED illuminated mirror. Wonderful, just wonderful. But let's take a look around. We actually have a window that's closed. We have a closet over here, everything custom. Even here in the island where we have our drawers, the top of this island is all tumbled leather, very regal, very beautiful. All of the doors here are all one-way mirrored glass. Just gives a really, really neat effect. And then when we come down a little bit farther, we have kind of the same symmetry going on. So the same island, same tumbled leather, plethora of room for clothing. Love it. But I love this part, my favorite part. I'm a shoe person, so this part of the closet is dedicated just for the shoes. Yeah, just for shoes. All right, guys, we've seen the entire first floor of this insane property. Meet me upstairs. Let's see what's going on up there before we start venturing out into the backyard, the casita, and of course, all of the garages, because you got to see what's going on in those garages. So meet me upstairs. Let's get this going. All right, guys, welcome to the second floor, and there's some more crazy to unpack up here. So like we saw downstairs, the entire second floor is made out of that same 18 by 48 inch flooring that we just saw. So very modern, very easy, very lovely. Now let's check out these areas because there's some pretty cool stuff going on. So first is this bedroom, which is ensuite. You're gonna notice this has a barn door, but a lot of what they did, there's ingenuity that I love. So let's check out this room and unpack what's going on. So this kind of reminds me more of a high-end hotel room. So you notice this accent wall, which is actually the headboard, kind of looks like pennies. This is a beautiful, beautiful rose gold mosaic tile array, really neat. But what I love function-wise is this operates by segregating what's behind it, which normally we would have a closet door because behind it is actually the closet. So I want you to check this out. So behind me is a black mirror, but when we come into the closet, we have a full-length mirror here, a proper closet. Normally this is where we would have closet doors, but this is so much cooler. And then we have more storage space here for shoes. So meet me around this other side. Let's unpack a little bit more. So I like how this is a little bit more intimate. Obviously, you could push this wall back and you could push this wall back, expand the sleeping quarters, but I do like how intimate, and I do love the fact that this allows you to omit having doors, because behind this wall, this is where the bathroom is. So normally we would have to have a door here for light and sound. Instead, we have that floating wall. So this is neat. Over here on the left, we have our water closet. All the walls here are all black mirror, so it has a really cool effect to it. And I absolutely love the cabinetry and counter surface. So these countertops are actually made out of glass, and they fabricated the sink receptacle right into it. So really neat. We have these glass bricks laid in a brick laid formation instead of a column stack. And when we come around this corner here, you can kind of see a little bit more of the black mirror. And we even have this walk-in shower, and this entire shower surround, including the frame, this is all made out of quartz. So just a beautiful fabrication. All right, now that we've seen this bedroom, let's come down here and check out this laundry room, because we've seen a couple of laundry rooms already, but this one's a little different. So loving their ladders. We do have 3 ladders in here. We got our washer and dryer, but look how massive this laundry room actually is. So again, I don't know how many towels they have, but you can stack a lot of towels in here. I'm imagining if you have extra clothes or you want to swap out seasonal clothing, you can actually keep a lot of stuff in here instead of cluttering up the closet. So really functional, really neat. One of the quirks is this overlooks the kitchen. So this was the first sink that we saw. Kind of a weird quirk and feature of the property. Over here, you see we have our French door. This leads out to the balcony that overlooks the pool. To the right over here, this was our foyer entry. And over here on the left, this is the staircase that you just watched me come up. All right, now straight ahead, this is something a little different, kind of cool. So we transitioned into tile plank flooring that looks like wood. That skeuomorphic look we've talked about before in Blue Heron properties. And look, if you're a little bit more on the Blanco persuasion than I am, fret not, you can cancel that tanning membership and just step into this wing of the house. So very nice and functional. Obviously, we've got a workout function over here. We have another French door that leads out to this private balcony. But if you wanted to keep this as an actual bedroom, this is ensuite. So as we pan around this direction, you're gonna find that we have a full bathroom. So we have a lovely full shower. We have this floating vanity in the corner. This mimics the exact same floating vanity that we saw downstairs in the second powder bathroom that had kind of that bluish turquoise kind of look to it. We have a full walk-in closet, and we have a water closet here. So again, if you wanted to make this into a proper bedroom instead of a flex space or fitness room, you could do that as well. Okay, now that we've seen this, oh, actually we gotta go into this one right here and finish up. Okay, so this bedroom is a little unique in the sense that when you come in here, you lower your voice because this carpet is so plush, you can literally sleep on it. You literally sink into this carpet, really peaceful, really serene. And this one's a little bit different. So we've got a nice 65-inch display right across from the bed. Here you can see we have this almost full-length window that overlooks the courtyard where the garages are. Really neat, love the light fixture. But once again, really cool use of this wall. So we have this beautiful stone wall. Over here on the left, this is actually a walk-in closet, and this is much larger. This goes all the way down the wall, so very, very functional. We have our own water closet. And then when we come over to this wall, I love, love, love this. Like we just saw in the double vanity in that other bedroom, here we have one singular sink, and here it just looks really seamless. We have an accent wall with 3D tile. We have a proper walk-in shower. I mean, this is the type of shower that you would normally see as the primary suite in any other property. We got another window for a little bit of ventilation, but this is just absolutely incredible. All right, guys, we've finished the first floor. We've now finished the second floor. So all we have left is the casita, the backyard, and then the man cave and the other garages. So meet me out back. Let's check out this casita and keep it moving. Let's have a property tour of the casita. All right. Now, the main dwelling is about 8,200 square feet, and just this casita alone is 800 square feet. This blows away my first apartment, let's put it that way. So here we have the main family room area, and I love this space. So here, tons of natural light. This leads us to this massive front yard that we have. We're on 0.9 acres, so we're almost on an entire acre, and this whole property is utilizing that space. Obviously, we have our display and our console, but right here we have legit 5.1 surround sound home theater right here in this family room area. We do have a raising desk if you wanted to get some work done, but this is the cutest little kitchen, man. So we have oak flooring, hardwood, engineered hardwood on the floor, but even this Bosch refrigerator, this is actually a nice one. This is actually a glass panel. Nothing is cheap. Nothing was shaved, no corners cut. So here we have our Bosch proper oven, and below it we have a trivection, so microwave as well as baking function. We've got real marble countertop surfaces, beautiful cabinetry, and then when we come over here, we got our little sink. Then things get a little wonky. Here we have our home hub. So this is actually a display. So I guess if you're cooking, you can watch something, you can pull up Google Maps. I don't know how else to rationalize it, but you got it. And this is the nicest ventilation hood you're ever gonna see for this application. We have a dual burner induction cooktop, and then we have a little dishwasher, so it's a 2/3 size, and then we have another proper microwave oven. So that actually gives us, I think, what, 4 dishwashers for the property? All right. Pocket door to go into the sleeping quarters. Coming over here, really nice, good sized bedroom. Once again, we have a nice window leading to the front. We have a display, and even here in the bedroom, we have 5.1 surround sound as well. Everything is hidden, don't see it. You're gonna see where the brains are in a moment. Now this is where things get really cool. We have a full length mirror right here behind, and then check out this shower. I mean, even this shower is beautiful. So we have this beautiful, beautiful stone slab, very masculine, kind of very Tom Ford tobacco look, really lovely. So we have a rainfall style shower head, and we have our handheld wash my head. Over here, really cool above mount vanity, all fabricated out of pure white quartz. Beautiful marble surround inlaid with all these brass accents and sconce lighting. Really cool. And then behind me here, this is actually a pretty large water closet. We have a washlet toilet. And once again, we have our pocket slider. A little bit of frosted glass, still leaves some light in. Really, really neat. Now, coming down this direction, this is pretty cool. So over here we have our closet area, and this actually houses the brains of the system for this casita alone. So all your audio, video, everything is run out of that closet. And then check this out. How many casitas have you ever seen that actually have a laundry room area? So we have a real proper washer and dryer, tons of storage, just fantastic. So, all right guys, we have now finished the first floor. We now finished the second floor, and now we've seen the 800 square foot casita. We can finally go out here into the backyard and see what's going on before we check out the man cave and the garages. So join me out back. All right guys, welcome to the backyard. So first off, we gotta go past this 20-foot pocket slider into the covered patio area. And this is a wonderful space. Again, we have surround sound here. We do have electrical, so if you wanted to put a display here and have some seating, enjoy some television al fresco here, you could do it, but there's a much better place to do that. We do have a commercial style roll up here, so if you want to keep cushions, chase lounges, you can do that over there. But now let's check out this backyard area. because there's just some wild stuff you got to check out. Love this pool. You know what? Let's talk about the pool first. So absolutely love this pool. Perfect, modern, edgeless, has a retention underneath for all the water that flows over. Pebble Tech, self-cleaning. Over here we have a massive, massive Baja shelf, so you can be partially submerged, enjoy yourself. Obviously we have the water features, so we have 10 of these fountains pouring into the pool. Just love it, and I love how it's in the center of the backyard. Incredible. But now let's come over to this area. So as we step up, you'll notice we have our elevated jacuzzi. So this is the jacuzzi that we were talking about when we were in the media room. So you can see this whole curtain wall of glass. That is the media room where we started off the tour. And here we have a very large, oversized jacuzzi with the Quattrofinity edge. Really lovely. Nice fire pit. The flooring in this area is that skymorphic, so tile that looks like wood, but this is what it's all about. So this outdoor space, above us, we actually have 9.1 surround sounds. We have 9 speakers in the ceiling over here. And what's cool is directly above me, we didn't put it down, but directly above me, this articulates and actually houses a massive display. So you could sit here at the bar, hang out, watch television, and have surround sound. But now let's check out this outdoor kitchen. So we have this beautiful, beautiful quartz counter surface in a matte finish, very Tom Fordish like we talked about earlier. We have a massive, massive 60-inch barbecue grill, huge sink. We have a massive burner. If you wanted to do a big old pot of gumbo, that's where you would do it. We have refrigeration down here, beautiful quartz counter surface. Now I'm sure you've seen pizza ovens before. When was the last time you saw this kind of a pizza oven? So this is a full-fledged wood-burning commercial grade oven. So yeah, can't tell you the last time I went to my buddy's house and used his commercial style wood grade oven. This thing is absolutely insane. So if you wanted your own California pizza kitchen, go ahead, rock on. This would be amazing for parties. Again, overkill to the nth degree, and I love it. All right, let's come around the corner because we actually have an outdoor bathroom. So again, love the view of the pool, love what we're about to see. We have artificial turf, and this brings us around the backside of the kitchen. And this right here is the pool bathroom. So this is literally like being at a commercial pool. Over here on the right side, we have our water closet. Over here on the left, we have a full shower, and then we have a sink behind me. So again, this is literally like going to a resort. So following me down this direction, we have all the chaise lounges docked. You can see the pool from this perspective. On the other side of the pool over here, that is all the primary suite that we saw earlier in the tour. But now check out this space. If you're a car guy like I am, this is the dream. This is the dream that is very difficult to replicate because again, this is an entire acre lot. I don't know, you could easily fit 50 cars just in this motorcade area right here. So if you're having a party, you could valet and have all the cars in this area. You could literally have an event here. This is just absolutely bonkers insane. It's easily the size of 4 basketball courts, just ridiculous. You can see from the outside, we have a 5-car garage on the right side, 5-car garage on the left side. So this houses 10 vehicles and then some, which you're about to see, on top of the 2 garages that we had in the front of the property, which houses 4 vehicles. So at the least, you have a 14-car garage, but you can squeeze 2 more in, and I'm about to show you how. But what's behind here, this is cool, fellas. So follow me inside, let's check out this man cave, and let's finish up this tour. All right, in the man cave we are, guys. This is wild. All right, so first off, this is about 20 feet high. This intersects both garages that we're about to see. Now, this is the man cave, the cigar lounge. This is cool. So if you wanted to monitor your alcohol consumption, if the wife has you on an alcoholic budget, you have a wine station to monitor your pours. Really neat, very nice curio case. We do love our ladders, so we have a ladder that leads us up. Then when we come over to this side, Over here, we have a nice display case for all of our cigars, which, by the way, this entire room is on a humidifier, so you can specify the humidity level to whatever you want it to be. But this is an incredible place for the fellas to come over, maybe watch the game on a Sunday, talk about the cars, check out the cars. Obviously, we have a 75-inch display over here. We even have 9.1 surround sound in this room. So this is like the teenage grown-up man's dream. But now let's check out the first of the two garages. So coming into this garage, obviously we have epoxy floors, but we have the 5-car garage. We have our classic vehicles here. We even have a big ass fan. No, like that's actually the name of the company, is Big Ass Fans. We have 2 mini splits in this area, so this will keep everything ventilated, perfect climate control. You can see we have our air hose control. We have water control, so if you have a detailer come, they have access to everything. Obviously, you can see we have a complete workstation over here as well. Really, really neat. Now, coming over in this direction, I think I told you from the beginning, we have 4 laundry rooms. This is one of the 4. So really, really neat. Washer, dryer, so all those car rags, all that brake dust, you can literally just knock it out right there. All right, now that we've seen this garage, let's go back through the man cave. Let's check out the other garage before we wrap this up. So perfect symmetry, we go through the other door, and this leads us to the other garage, and we got some pretty cool stuff going on here. So 5-car garage space, big ass fan. We have the 2 half splits for HVAC, but here you can see we have 2 lifts. So while this is a 14-car garage system, technically you could squeeze 2 more vehicles. You actually could have 16 cars. Lord knows what you could park in front of these garages. And then you'll just see along the wall, we have 3 of these air lines. We have an integrated compressor system, so no need to worry about tools or inflating tires. Everything is already integrated. And this is one of the coolest things. So servicing the garage, servicing the man cave, we have this incredibly bespoke bathroom. So we have these hand-carved panels of wood, mirror, we have this brass wall with rivets, we have this wall with granite tile, nice copper sink. I mean, this is just incredible for a garage bathroom. Guys, I don't know what to tell you. Like I said from the beginning, this is one of my absolute favorite homes ever. Yes, I'm a card guy, so having space for 16 vehicles is beyond incredible to me, but I love the pool, I love the backyard, I love the functionality of this place. And if you like to entertain, I mean, you could have an entire charity event just in this space. So guys, tell me what your favorite part is. I don't know if I could even pick one, but special thanks to Richard Emanuele of Team Emanuele for allowing me to film this incredible estate. Guys, be sure to like the video, be sure to subscribe. We've got more videos on deck coming up. And of course, our monthly luxury report where I break down the entire luxury segment. So if you're looking to buy or sell luxury real estate in Las Vegas, don't hesitate to holler at me. All my information is in the description below. Until next week, deuces.